Bumblebee's a car that got me through some very hard times, and unfortunately, I let the registration slip. This is the story of the comeback. I've only got one goal with this build, to throw as much dirt as possible, as loud as hell. For that, I'm gonna put the biggest engine in the smallest car that I can register.
Welcome back to the channel, Hilux fans. Well, it's the Christmas holidays and I've got about seven days left to make as much progress as I can on the Hilux. Check it out. I've cleaned my shed. For the first time in ages, I can see the floor. It's so good. I'm loving it. And check out what we're up to on the RN46 Toyota pickup build. In the last episode, we made this piece for the door. Didn't that come out good? I think that came out pretty bloody well. Now, we got one more door to do. This door is exactly the same, but I'm getting a bit tired of fixing the doors. Yeah, so I'm just a little bit over doing the doors at the moment. After finishing that one, I will come back and do that one. But today, we're gonna try to start tidying up the underside of the car here. These arches have this black stuff on it and it's kind of rubberized. It makes a mess if you try to grind it off. See, it blurs like that. So we're gonna leave it on there. I'm gonna get it clean first and then I'm going to go over the top of it. But there are some spots here where there's bare metal. And you see, before they put the rubber on, they did have it primed. So I'm gonna have to prime this bare metal here. I will finish grinding that flat. So today, we've got to give this a bit of a cleansies. I'm just using C18 truck wash, and this is a good brush. Ta-da! Okay, that's with the brushes, and it's about yay clean. Bits like this, surface rust, I'll have to treat those. Gotta get the wire wheel in around these, clean these up, and rust convert those as well. And I thought, yeah, while we're making a mess in the shed, let's have a go at getting that off. So I'm gonna try brake cleaner. The old brake cleaner. Mate. Yeah, that looks like it's gonna get through it, but I'm gonna need some mechanical assistance on that. Let's take this off. Oh look, we've got another spot to fix just there. Have a look at that hole there. Yes. Before we go any further, mate, put the bolts back in the holes. Right, what are we looking at? What are we looking at under here? I just gave it a quick brush. It's pretty much solid. It'd be a shame to cut all that out. You know, I'm gonna try and weld that. I reckon I can do it. With a bit of patience, I can probably weld that over. First, I'm gonna get a hammer and tap that flat. Okay. And then we're just gonna play it from there. Okay, Hilux fans, here's the situation. This is the inside of the cab, and as you see, it's pitted through here. Pitting, there's a hole. There's more of a hole here. What I'm gonna do, try and save myself some time, is weld up the holes, maybe weld in some of these pits and cover it up with Dynamat. Yeah, I don't really want to be chopping this out and replacing it because, as you see, there's this angle here and all sorts of angles and stuff going on. I mean, technically I could do it, but it's going to be time consuming. I reckon I could do this faster just welding it up, and no one's going to see the inside. And I'll treat this with rust converter. It's not rusty on the other side. It hasn't rusted through. It's just this top side here. So I'm just going to keep going with that and zap her up and call it a day. Okay, as a repair, I think this is going to work. This is the side that you see. Obviously, it's going to be covered with a textured chip guard type thing, but as you see, no more big hole in here. And on that back side, let's go have a look at that. Okay, it looks quite diabolically, it looks fucked, it looks bad, but it's going to hold, I'm pretty sure, because, you know, I've filled in the low spots with weld on this side. It looks fine from the back, which is the side you're going to see. These holes are in the right spot. And, you know, where are my standards at? Where are my standards at? Well, under the floor, under the carpet, I'm prepared to have pretty low standards, as you can see. But anywhere else on the car where you can see, it's got to be good. It's got to be good. So, yeah, we're going to cover this up, pretend it's not here, and call it good. For your intermission this evening, we've got these Hilux legends sending it deep in the Ellenbrook Pines in Perth, West Australia. Check this out. Oh, he's got it. Nearly. Oh, I jinxed it. Boy, things got out of hand today. We were going to recoat this wheel arch, but now we have tried to tackle this bit of dirt down here. And in doing so, we had to fix this. And as you can see, I've now put CT18 in this bottle, and we're going to whole hog. We're gonna get the power washer out and do the whole car. Okay, so a lot of this came off. You can see it all on my skin there. This had like a layer of paint over this rough stuff, and that black layer of, so you see where it's darker here? If I spray that with the spray gun, that black layer there is going to come straight off. So I think it's worth getting as much of that off as possible, because it's not tightly bonded anymore to the under layer. And then down here, this is still that muddy. I'm gonna have to work on that some more. Right, the mud's gone from there. Have a look how black this is. This is what I touched with fur tan before. And then I got this gold streak going down here that I'm just taking the rust off with this wire brush. Then I'm going to hit that with fur tan, treat it. It should go as black as that. All right, and the last step today is going to hit down with a bit of fur tan. Obviously don't breathe this in, don't get it in your eyes. And watch out, when it gets on the ground, it goes black, very black. So put something on the ground if you're precious about the ground. Right, it's been 48 hours and that's what the fur tan needs. And now, believe it or not, it says wash it off with water. As far as I can tell, it just means hose water. So this is the side I haven't hosed off yet. This is the side I have hosed off, and Still more hosing to do. Does make a bit of a mess.
I just wanted to leave in a couple of shots of the floor so you can appreciate what a mess this created, R10ing the whole car in the shed. It's diabolical, and you know, I had to clean it up 3 times at least to get rid of it.
Oh, it's made such a mess. Look how black that is. And now, whenever I walk in the house, it's going to be getting black off the floor, which is absolutely not good. Okay, now, I've hosed it down a couple times with this. Still coming off. Still getting... Ugh. Oh, my friends, it's been 4 days now, and I feel like I'm no closer. I feel like I've actually gone backwards after R10ing the whole thing, making a terrible mess. I still have more of this R10 to clean off. I don't know how much to actually clean off. I mean, I R10 that chassis, that's a year ago. Looks pretty good. I don't think I have to be too thorough, but yeah, I feel like I've got to do a bit more scrubbing to get the excess R10 off across the car. If I don't make some progress soon, I'm going to be very upset. You can tell I'm getting a bit upset. It's been 4 days, and I don't feel like I'm any closer to having any body deadener on here. So with the project in general, just looking at this terrible looking, you know, piece is making me feel like the whole thing's just terrible. So that's, you know, that's why I want to get the deadener on here, even though I probably shouldn't do the deadener first, because if I do any welding or anything from the other side, it's probably going to be a fire risk, and I'll have to come back and touch up where it got hot. But just psychologically, psycho-freaking-logically, mate, it will spur me on to do the rest of the project if I can see at least this bottom bit looking neater.
Right, so I rubbed most of the R10 off the bare metal sections with some Scotch-Brite. Then this can is etch primer. It comes with the STONEGUARD, so I'm not mixing sets. And it's an etch primer that says it's epoxy. And I'm doing 2 coats of that just on the bare metal sections.
Please forgive me, I'm just a learner. I've got the primer on here, and now the welds that I didn't grind down properly really stand out and reflect off the light and look ugly. This is obviously where I did a better job grinding, but there's just so much grinding work on the car. I was like, near enough, good enough. But is it? Is it? I'm hoping that when I put sound deadener over the top of that, then you won't see it. Otherwise I'm going to be a bit disappointed. So that's why I'm going to do it in stages, because I'll test here before I cover that up. If that can't be hidden, then I will have to spend more time getting this one neaterer. Welcome back to the channel, Hilux fans. I've had a sleep. I'm feeling a little bit more pumped up this morning. I got this brush out first thing because I wasn't quite happy with the amount of brown that was still clinging to these panels. And check it out, check it out. See, I've scratched all the surface up now, but not to bare metal, just into the primer. And I think that the scratches will get rid of most of the dirt and help with the adhesion of the paint. Now, I filled this up with wax and grease from Uber, and the name of the game is to spray one section at a time. You don't want that to dry on there. You want to wipe that off. So get yourself a clean rag and just one section at a time. Rotate the rag as you go. Wipe that off, and then you've got the best possible chance of having your paint stick. All right, we're getting there, my friends. Oh, yuck, don't get that dirty. This is Scotch-Brite pad for scuffing up paint. And I'm just gonna extend the underbody coating out a little bit further than it went before. Give that a bloody bit of a rubsy doodles. All right, Hilux friends, it's spaceman time. I'm about to throw down the paint, and that means getting some PPE on my eyes, and I'll wear this hat, keep it out of my head as well. And check this out, STONEGUARD. That's what we're running. We got 2 of these 1 litre bottles, and I'm satisfied that that's as clean as I'm gonna get it. And let's now enjoy ourselves as we spray this down. So I've actually upgraded the plans. Instead of doing just this wheel arch, I'm going to do the whole thing. Yeah, I think we need a little bit faster. Yeah, that's more like it. Woo! Oh, yeah. Boy. I did slow the gun down a bit. It does come out more textured and less wet and hopefully more coverage at this speed. I've upgraded to the mask because I can smell my throat. I can taste it burning. Yeah, so safety first, peeps. All right, it's looking pretty good, but I probably should have brought 3 or 4 cans of the stuff because that's one whole can there and you're meant to do 2 or 3 coats. So I'm only going to get about a coat and a half down on this today. All right, Hilux fans, cue the victory music because that's right, you and me, we're in this together, especially if you've been following along for a few episodes. We've done this. Check this out. Jeebus. Mate, that's not bad. That's come out pretty good. And, you know, where I was worried about it being a little bit lumpy with the welding, it's fine. It's going to be fine. That is looking pretty good. Happy. Until the next one, Hilux fans, keep it upright. And if you do roll it, LS swap the next one you get. See ya.